Hi, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ernest. I'm the founder of Edurio. Before I start, let me just say a huge thanks to GrowthUp for sponsoring us and making us able to take part and come all the way from Latvia. Now, imagine running your organization without knowing what your clients or what your team thinks, how they feel, without knowing where your strengths and weaknesses are, how you can improve. Running your organization in darkness. Well, in fact, there's a sector where that's commonplace. Schools. There's a huge policy pressure on schools to work on quality improvement and delivering the best education for our children. But currently, even finding out where you can improve and where your strengths and weaknesses are is massively difficult. The school heads collect student feedback on paper. They ask the teachers to write a report. It's massive workload and not that insightful. So Edurio will do for schools what Toyota did for car manufacturing industry. Give an easy to use approach to continually improve year after year. The way it works is 3 steps. First, the schools carry out self-evaluation by the teachers and the school head. Then they collect feedback from students, parents, and teachers. And then they take improvement actions like milestone setting and best practice sharing, taking that into a continual cycle. We've developed Edurio in close collaboration with school leaders and teachers and thought leaders in education. 3 features they're most excited by are the fact that everything is in one place, so they don't need 7 different logins to manage the quality improvement journey. Second, we come with a framework of what makes a good school, so they don't need to reinvent the wheel. And third, having all the data in one place, all the feedback and the assessment and self-evaluation, allows you to explore it in a much deeper and more meaningful way, rather than flicking through Excel spreadsheets. We're developing Edurio in a modular way, and the first tool that we're building at the moment is Edurio Feedback, so our platform to collect feedback from students, parents, and teachers. We're currently in the second pilot with 13,000 students and 1,500 teachers. And in fact, last Tuesday around 7 p.m. we had our 1 millionth question answered on Edurio. Gearing up for a commercial launch in September as a subscription model. Now let me show you quickly how it works. This is a student logging in. They see a dashboard of all their subjects. They can very easily, immediately go into the surveys, ask, get more information if they don't understand the question, just answer them, add comments if they feel that's necessary, if there's not enough depth, and answer different question types like open questions. They can do it from their mobile device or tablet or the school computers. Then once the students and teachers and parents have given the feedback, the school then immediately sees the results. They can filter them, explore them by pillars or going to individual questions. And then actually can compare the results. So I can look at how my 7th graders are doing compared to my 8th graders, making very valuable conclusions. There's also open questions and a matrix where the school leader can see where the strengths and weaknesses are, so hotspots of problem areas or best practice. Now, Edurio is a game changer, and the reason is that if you look at the quality improvement software, there's 2 kinds of players. There's these comprehensive quality improvement toolkits by UChicago Impact or ECAS, and they give you the full quality improvement journey, but they're a very difficult system to set up because they're large project-based setups. So it's a multi-million project. Now, on the other hand, you have scalable solutions like Panorama ED does feedback, Bloomberg does classroom observations. They give you one piece of the puzzle. Edurio will bring those 2 worlds together and offer a comprehensive quality management continual improvement toolkit, which is scalable across systems. Now, education is a very fragmented market. So we're going to start off with direct sales to decision makers like school districts or municipalities, but then promptly move into profit share partnerships with local distributors and school management systems, some of which are 20,000 schools in their network and offer plug-in capability. With that, we'll reach 30,000 schools by 2019. Now, we have a fantastic team to deliver this. I'm an ex-McKinsey consultant. I worked in the London offices, but don't hold that against me. We have a team that is very knowledgeable in education. My co-founder, Yanis, spent 10 years in EdTech, leading Latvia's largest EdTech digital solutions side, and before that taught for 3 years. But most importantly, everyone on the team, on the core team, has actually taught in schools or universities or both. So we've been in it from the inside. We know what needs to change and how to do that. Bill Gates is lobbying the US government to spend $5 billion on just providing better feedback for teachers. He's saying that's the most important thing to improve education in the US. Well, if anyone here knows Bill, tell him we can help them do that and more for a lot less than that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Edurio. And great timing. Now time for questions from judges. Sophia, ladies first.
One question I have is, a lot of schools are very negative on getting feedback, and that the teachers' unions and everybody in the United States is very, very negative about this kind of feedback. I can see it being enormous controversies and things of that nature. Have you considered those points?
Absolutely, and it boils down to the fact that feedback is usually done in a wrong way. So if you ask a student, do you like your teacher, it turns into a popularity contest. We're asking the students to self-introspectively look at how motivated they are and how well they comprehend. Now, actually, of the 1,500 teachers that took part, we gave them a post-survey, and we have over 150 responses on that, and 60% said that it's either very or extremely valuable information for them. So it's overwhelmingly positive.
Right, but of 90 people.
Well, yeah, when we speak to school leaders, and we have anecdotal evidence that initially there's a lot of fear from it, but when they understand that it's not evaluation, that it's feedback, we've been pleasantly surprised about how receptive they are.
One of the things I think is very important is to make sure, certainly anyone who would participate in a trial like this is probably predisposed to be positive about it. There's probably vast numbers of people that are not positive, so I'm just cautioning you on that topic.
Well, the schools usually test it within the whole school, with all the teachers. We've been talking with the unions, the Ministry of Education, and there is a genuine drive to improve quality. And there's realization that the communication in schools is just extremely poor. And it's not just the students giving feedback to the teachers, it's the teachers giving feedback to the school head, it's the parents giving feedback to the school head. So each school can figure out which parts of the tool they use.
Knowing the sales challenge, can you just go over that direct sales initial strategy? Like, how far do you expect, like how much do you intend to spend in that, and where do you think that'll get you?
So that will be the first year and a half, and it'll be going directly to municipalities and school districts. Panorama Education, our competitor, specifically on the feedback part, tested that model, and within 2 years they got into 5,000 schools in the US. So it is a viable model, but it won't give us the global scale up that we want.
Can you address a little bit more about the onboarding process? Because there's fairly... Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. No.
What?
So the onboarding process...
Yeah, the onboarding process. And the workload imposed on your internal champion to input data.
Yeah. So there's onboarding process for the school administration. They set up the whole admin process, and we're going to integrate with school management systems to pull data directly and simplify that. The rest of the onboarding, in the second pilot, we've tested a completely hands-free approach, basically giving them instructional videos, an onboarding process for the students, teachers, and admin. And we have one of Latvia's leading designers designing the UX, and school leaders go, wow, we never expected it to be that easy, because most of the education software sort of feels like it's from the 80s, and so I'm happy to give some demo accounts to try it out, but it's really easy to set up and use.
How do you avoid the fact that in this industry there's, we talked about long sales cycles, but more importantly the price points, there's limited budgets.
Yes.
There's no urgency, long sales cycles, so the customer acquisition cost will be very high and the lifetime value will be very low. So how do you make that math work?
So we're currently planning to sell it a subscription-based model. It'll be about between $1,000 and $3,000 per school per annum. So that's within their discretionary budget. The test schools, a lot of the test schools have asked us for the pricing so they can include it in their budgets early on, so they know they have the capacity to do that. We're considering increasing the traction rapidly by going a freemium model. And that's something we've started thinking about and considering quite recently. Giving the feedback route very for free, but offering the additional services, the continual loop at a premium pricing to forego the slow sales cycle.
How do you tie together the quality enhancements to some specific metrics? I mean, for elementary schools, it would be very different from the high schools.
So if you look at the whole education quality scene, and there's just three things you care about: student outcomes, the learning process, that it's efficient, and the school atmosphere, that it's a pleasant, safe environment, because it's the student that we care about. There's some changes in different countries how you treat that, but the overarching picture is the same. So within the use cases, they can use either our surveys that we've provided, or they can create their own if they have been evaluating for years and years, as some of them do on paper. We're also going to do country-specific solutions for accreditations, because that's the use case that they have to do already, so there'll be a very easy way to save them. We've saved months of some of these admin time of typing paper surveys into Excel. And so that's an easy entry point by doing catered solutions for specific accreditation processes.
Thank you. Thank you, Edurio.
Thank you very much.